Video, I will not only show you that I do things the hard way. I get it. If you want to say that seems like a lot of work, I'll agree with you. You know, I know that. That's why I said that. And for the record, getting out of the bed in the morning can be a lot of work too. So everything I do is going to be a lot of work. But I'm going to show you how crazy something can get, how much something can change. And there's a lot of progress here. I like this. Here we go. Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper. Today I'm putting on some boots. I said something in a recent video about a place. And I didn't realize that later that day I would actually be at that place. And to get there, I traveled more than 3,000 feet underground. I'll show you what I said first, and then we'll get on to what I got to deal with today. These berries, of course, are a magnificent size, especially when compared to like the wild ones. And the flavor is amazing. And they're thornless. These were originally introduced to us by Shalom Acres. Definitely learned a lot from those guys. Blessed to have interacted with them in person as often as we have. And you know, that's gonna be good. Yeah, Shalom Acres, Shalom Acres. From where I live, that's gonna be about a 2.5 hour journey one way. So that means to do that realistically, I stopped and got gas, did some other things, so it's about a 3-hour trip each way. 6 hours just to drive time, plus I probably only spent about 2 hours there. The reason being that I had something to pick up, but as I mentioned, you know, traveling underground to get there, it really happened. Check this out. Had to go through the Bobby Hopper Tunnel. So rather than going around or cutting a giant gorge in that mountain, that hill, they decided to go through there, and I think completed it back in like 1999 or something. Not often we get to do that around here. Don't really live somewhere you have subways. I mean, I'm in the middle of the Ozarks. You know, options are limited for underground travel at a place like this. But Shalom Acres is up to some very, very, very interesting, huge, amazing stuff. And they're just so hard at work doing what they're doing. They're not even putting out new videos right now. They're not even documenting this. I don't know if they're going to do a reveal eventually, or if they're just going to kind of let YouTube fade back, or just kind of focus on other things like garden stuff as they continue, maybe in a couple years. I don't know. But because of some things going on, those thornless blackberries I was talking about, I had an opportunity to go get a number of free plants, which is amazing because we have goals on our property for thornless blackberries, and this helps us so much. Come check this out. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Blizzard. Oh, you were just laying down there? He was laying down back over here where there's a wet spot from the thing. That's nice and cool, ain't it, boy? Yeah, you're good. Here I've got a number of thornless blackberry plants. Some of them are doing pretty well, some are doing others. I brought them home 2 days ago. So what happened was that I was waiting around to do a job, and all of a sudden it got to the point of the day where I realized I wasn't going to need to go do that job. The AC guys were done. It's actually running there behind us. And I called up my buddy and said, hey, I know you gave me an opportunity, an offer anyway, to come zip down there and get some of these plants. I know I have a limited time offer. I just had some time arrive out of nowhere. How busy are you? And he goes, incredibly busy. I said, well, do you really need to be there for me to grab these out? He says, no. I said, and can I still get just a couple minutes of talk time? Because I got a project I'm working on I wanted his advice for. And I mean, even as I said in that other video, definitely learned a lot from those guys. Yeah, I've learned a lot over the years. There's a lot of things on my property, not just amazing plants like these thornless blackberries, but also stuff like where I planted my elderberries. At the moment, it's how I'm gonna do my roof to my root cellar. I wanted to hear it directly from him in person, some advice. So I took a notebook, got to sit down, enjoy a nice meal together, and we discussed a number of things. He gave me the information I needed, and a lot of this is just beyond my frame of reference. So I can't help that I don't have a frame of reference for this stuff yet, so had to do it. I had to just, you tell me the information I need, I'm gonna make sure I wrap my mind around it, I'm gonna ask questions, repeat things, make sure that you think you've successfully conveyed the information to me, because I don't want to fill in my storm shelter with concrete. I just don't want to. Today then, I'm gonna see how much of this I can get in. He's watering it, he just peed on it. Buddy, don't pee on my plants. And I also got a number of carcasses that I'm gonna drop in the holes when I plant these. I'm gonna do the best I can. I've got some stuff to fight though. I'll show you the work area that I'm dealing with here. Buddy, what are we gonna do here, huh? We got some stuff. Figure this out. Oh, buddy. Okay, see that? That's some of what we got going on here. So, this is my area. You can see those ones I planted before. You know, here's one. It's doing well. I guess some corn got spilled out here at some point. There's more. Here's one. Here's one. But then we got all this other stuff growing up here, because at the moment I don't have any sheep suppressing this. Remember, I cut this off and tried to keep it safe, and I put in a long row of golden raspberries, but the sheep nibbled them down to nothing, and we didn't keep them moist enough for them to come back, so they were done too. Oh, pretty much at the moment I've got a field, and that's what I'm working with. Some of these over here are getting pretty long, of those the thornless blackberries from before, you know. That's what these are. They're at like the top of the fence already. But I want a row there that runs up the fence, and I want a couple rows here. And I don't know. I've got my work cut out for me right now. So I'm gonna cut back a bunch of this stuff and try to dig some post holes and try to put some manure and some plants in there and things like that. I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is try to cut down a bunch of this stuff. And I'm probably just gonna chop it up so I can use it in the compost, which is very labor intensive. But I gotta do something. See, I would much rather have the sheep in this area eat it down to nothing than do my planting, and then had enough wood mulch available just to suppress the whole area. That doesn't always happen. And so many things are going on, it's hard to keep on top of everything. But this is a limited time offer. Get these plants, get them in. That's what I gotta do, so here we go. We'll see how far my after goes, but this is before. And I guess there's wood I could make too. Firewood there and stuff. I don't know. Let's start here with this pile and see what we can do with it. And then we'll work through some of the greenery. Well, that pile is gone, which is helpful. I put it mostly over there. The stuff there center screen will be split up for firewood. The other stuff is there. We're getting some other things in here because I'm just going to feed the sheep with all this other stuff. So we're gonna get a bunch of buckets to feed the sheep, and I might enlist them over here too. Yeah. Can I get the other stuff?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Go! Can anyone tell this is rather ridiculous? It is, it's okay, it is. It's a pretty good workout, even cardio, just exerting so much energy so quickly. I'll show you what I got. So here, this is where that brush pile was, pretty much through here. A lot of this is about down to nothing now. Some other ones I still got to chop down. I've been working the ones that are alive up into the fence so they can do their thing. Got a couple of those going now. And got some tall guys left to take down. I'm putting buckets over the fence. Bug and Pinky were helping me a minute ago. Now it's Monster Truck. He's just taking them and chucking them in the sheep pen, letting them eat them. I brought this here because I was just going to fence off this area and let the little sheep eat it. I don't know if I still will or not. Maybe on this section. But I'm going to get some stuff cleared up, at least on that side of the line. Finish it through so I can work on this project. And all this stuff that would be going to seed, get it cleared out too. Right now, I need some hydration, so I'm going to pause and do that. But it looks way different now. I just got quite a bit more work, and I didn't start this project till like 4:30 in the afternoon, which doesn't help either. It doesn't give me a lot of daylight to work with. So I got some other things to do today. I am going to call it quits, but I'm going to try to knock this out tomorrow, and then hopefully get the video up for you guys. A number of them are going to be filling in the blanks, and a number of them are going to be going into the garden, so that'll help. But check this out. Up this back wall, I still got a little thinning to do here. We got one there. This one died. This one looks still alive. This should be it right here. This one's still alive, still alive. Baby one, still alive, still alive, still alive. This one's dead, so I got to put a replacement there and a replacement down here. You can see this looks a whole lot different than it once did. This area here, I think I'm going to throw sheep in overnight. Across here and probably up here and then over. I think I'll put a number of cattle panels, so we'll see what it looks like in the morning. And then I'll clean up the rest. Some of this is still a little tall. If I had a weed whacker, I would weed whack it at a hard angle and just kind of tear it all up. I'm also hoping to maybe be able to get some wood mulch tomorrow, possibly. I'm not sure if I will be able to. Cool thing is, even with those ones climbing the fence now, I know how good these are. I know how many we get and how what a blessing this plant can be, especially for free. Obviously, a lot of time put in for the drive to get them, a lot of time put in on this project, but they should be here for years and years to come, possibly decades. They should just be able to keep going, so that's what I'm going to try to do. And that'll give me a chance to pick up all the skeletons in there. Got a lot of carp and gar and sucker skeletons that the animals peck clean, but that'll help the plants grow. Yeah, I'll put those sheep here and we'll be back in the morning, finish this up, Lord willing. Well, I did not move the sheep yesterday. I was tired. I gave into that temptation of sleeping. I do that every once in a while. And then today I woke up pretty much before the rest of the family. Ran in and got that load. That said, we are just now putting sheep into these little pens to save me a little bit of effort. If you saw some of the things I was doing last night, that took a lot of effort. Oh, I got clips for that, please. And I'll need some for the other pen too. So, if I would have put some sheep in each of these pens yesterday, by this point, these things would be pretty much annihilated. But rather than ripping all this out of the ground, and here's one for lower down, and then throwing it to the sheep, if I just put some sheep in here, that'll be better. So the goal to start with is fill in the blanks. Whatever ones aren't mulched, probably remove whatever rocks I got on the edge. Heavily mulch that whole section. And then maybe I'm just replanting this row
maybe I'll put it a little closer than that row and just leave that area, you know, mulched and suppressed. But the goal is the more of the stuff I can suppress, the better it's going to be. And hey, I don't care how many we move here. If we move a whole bunch, that's perfectly fine. We may want to. So they will nibble down all sorts of this stuff. And then these buckets too, I'm going to use for moving mulch. If you guys will dump them for the sheep that remain. So here's what we're starting with today. My clean area, the green area for the sheep. We're going to go from here. It's obviously a very labor intensive, a lot of work. A lot of my life is. If I had like a skid steer or something, I could just scrape all this bare, dump all the top layer of stuff over in an area that I got to fill in anyway, and it doesn't matter if there's grasses over there, and go from there. But that's just simply not where I'm at. But we'll make it sparkle and shine. I think a lot of you guys by the end of this, who actually watch this whole video, are going to be like, wow, that looks completely different. And of course, if I had unlimited mulch supply, that'd be even better. I'm not there, just not. So day 2, and again, I barely put in a couple hours of work yesterday on this project, but here's day 2 at the start. This guy just came out of nowhere, collected all the empty buckets he could find, moved them to my trailer, and grabbed himself a shovel. And he just turned 4. Check this out. I can see what you're doing. You know that? Yeah. Where'd all those buckets come from? Who got those?
Me.
You? And you brought them here?
Yeah.
To do what?
To get mulch.
To get mulch? To help who?
Help my papa.
To help your papa? Buddy, you're a strong bugger. Whoa. Because you're built what? You're built...
Homestead tough.
Built homestead tough. Man. I'd hire him. I'd hire him. If we could do child labor, right? And if he wanted. I said it before, I'll say it again. Don't discourage the children. Don't discourage the children. It's so much better when they got a good attitude about helping. It's amazing. Well, I got some bad news and some good news. Let's start with the bad news. Let's start with the bad news. Here's the bad news. If you look over here, here's about how far that first load got me of mulch. I planted some here. They look like they're doing okay. I planted some here. Yes, I know. The sheep pretty much the sheep hold on. The sheep pretty much did their job. Oh, that one got stuck in the fence. I'm gonna have the kids clear them out because they did their job. And it looks good. Looks good, but for me, that load of mulch, all it did was kind of get done the area I already had done, which is not enough. It's just not really enough. I got a couple more to dump, so I said options are limited. I'm working on this project. I got a couple other places I'm planting some of the blackberries, but I did want to put in another row over here So while I still had a brief window of opportunity, I said, that's it, I'm gonna go get another load. Here it is. Yeah, so I'll see how far this gets me. It's actually a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. Also picked up some feed while I was in town, but oh, let's see how far that gets me and how many actually get planted and how this goes. And then I had a friend contact me and say he just found a place just full of gar. Which makes me want to take off and go gar fishing, but I've got to be responsible. Not that gar fishing isn't being responsible. It makes a lot of food for my family and we really like it, but right now I got to get these plants in or they're a waste. I got to keep them alive. Because this hard, dry rock and clay Ozark soil is so hard to dig in, I'm just gonna do a couple holes, fill them, mulch them, then move on. But here's what I got. Right now I got 5 of these holes dug, and into those 5 holes, there we go, that shows them better, I'm gonna add some rabbit manure. I'm gonna chop up some of these fish skeletons that came out of the chicken yards because they peck them clean. And yeah, I'm gonna drop those in the hole, put my blackberries in the hole, then put soil in there, and then mulch them. So first 5 are in, well, the holes are in the ground. Now it's time to not make them holes anymore. Whoa! The second load is almost done. What you got? Is there blackberries on there? Yeah, eat them up. So monster truck and sweet pepper here. And bugger still. They're finishing up this one for me. Very cool. And I'll show you in a minute what we got done. Thanks for your help, boys.
Welcome.
Did you hear I found out about a new gar hole?
Yeah.
Who wants to go?
Me. Me.
We'll see, we'll see. Maybe the whole family will go, I don't know. So, this may be almost unrecognizable to you now. Maybe if I put the big bin, the big garbage can there, you'd recognize it. But here's where that pile of firewood was. Here's the corner of this building. Here's everything back. I still got some stuff to kind of go through here. It wasn't really necessary for this part of the project. Replanted some that was missing, protected some that was there. And all these I kind of doubled down on. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 of those, and I put 2 in each. So that gives me 40 plants. There I doubled down. There I doubled down. There I doubled down, plus 1 in over there. So almost 50 plants. And I'm going to leave it where it is for now. Make sure to keep these watered. I still got some more watering to do. You can see it's wet over there. It's not wet over here. To give those a good soak. And then by having things the way that I do, I can just kind of put temporary fences up across this area where the stuff is and let my sheep keep this mowed down till later. Hey, who's on there? Is that Red Pepper? She's taking the pony out for a ride? Nice. Kids have been spending more pony time lately. We should do a video about that pony. I was gonna have a video about where to lick the gift horse too. A lot of people don't know. You don't lick the gift horse in the mouth, which of course begs the question, where do you lick it? So anyway guys, yes, I probably had, I don't know, a ton of driving time to do this. Had to run like, 3 hours away round trip just to get the stuff. Took 2 trips, a half hour away. That's another couple hours by the time I'm done. It looks different. I got a long way to go. It's progress, This is like a passive income of food, perennial plants. I love that stuff. Anything that reseeds itself or is a perennial plant kind of gives you a passive food income. Gives you an ongoing return on your investment. So that's that. I will close the video with that and say Papa out and give you guys a little footage of these kids riding the pony to watch on the outro. Be blessed. Papa out.
Thank you for watching.